Hello, Mogul Khan here. Today we're going to be looking at part 2 of my video series, Mogul Khan's Road to Immortal. And this one is going to be on playing heroes that you shouldn't play. Now, briefly, I talked about Tinker in my last video, and that was, I showed you my Tinker win rate. Real quick, I'll show you again. We go to Heroes, we go to Tinker. Oops, not this one. There's a lot of teens. Alright, so here's my Tinker win rate. It's very bad. Even in the games that I do well, I lose the game. So, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't do well on this hero. Pretty bad hero. Very fun hero, and in the right games, it's pretty good. But, yeah, he's a pretty bad hero, in my opinion. And on top of that, I just suck with this hero. And so I'm not sure what I was thinking when I picked it. This is like, I'm on a win streak already. I won 2 games. I was like doing very well. So win-win, loss, win-win, loss, win-win, right? On track for success. And all of a sudden I throw in this curveball Tinker pick. I don't pick my, heroes that I like to play, and I just pick a Tinker hero. Now, here's what Tinker does for this game. Now, this is like a throw by my part. Now, I don't even have that bad of a score. I end the game 5-6. Everyone else is like 2-16 right here, 4-11. But if we look at like 20 minutes, 1-5, 2-3. Granted he was like 0-3 at a certain point. Jakiro's 1-3, 1-6, right? So we're gonna look at this game, but it's my fault. It's my fault that their KDAs are the way they are. And I'm gonna explain real quickly. So Tinker is a hero that likes to sit in the bushes and cast rockets and missiles and push out lanes, and he's kind of a nuisance, right? That doesn't really fit my playstyle. My playstyle of Dota, which I will talk about in a later video, is I like to be very aggressive. I like to create pressure on the map. I like to relieve pressure off my carry, etc., etc. Tinker doesn't really do that. He doesn't really take the mid tower that well because he is very fragile early on. So he'll push out the wave, and if he walks up to right-click the tower, then easily Dark Willow or Lina or Sand King, even Sven, could just walk over, stun me, and then they could collapse on me with 2-3 heroes and I die. So my game plan is to push out the mid lane, rearm, run to the jungle, farm some camps, etc., etc. Now, meanwhile, Monkey King, he's running around the map. He's not killing me, but he's running around the map. He's killing my Doom, he's killing my Void, he's killing my Tiny. He's creating pressure, right? And I'm not relieving any of that pressure. I'm sort of sacrificing my team for the sake of my own game, which is very bad. Very bad. It doesn't fit my playstyle, as I said, and it doesn't fit the meta at all. So this is a terrible pick, and you can see the repercussions right away. And if I was worse at the game, I might blame my team and say it's their fault. But in actuality, it's my fault. It's my fault that they didn't do well in side lanes because Monkey King is running around killing them. I could already tell that Lina Sand King is going to be a pretty tough lane for Faceless Void because they just have a lot of CC. So like they lead with Light Strike away. Now ideally you could time walk all that damage off, but then you're going to get Burrow Strike, and then you're time walking that damage off. But at that point, the 2 seconds kind of have already passed, and you're going to take some damage there. Same with Jakiro. Hard to really zone out these supports or these heroes because the second you're out of position, you're just dead. And in terms of like Sven, Dark Willow, they are just gonna kill whoever they want to kill. They have a lot of burst damage, and then the Monkey King is also running around killing people. So Tinker, bad hero in my opinion, bad hero in my hands. And always remember, when you're trying to climb, don't step outside of the box. Some people will say step outside the box. And sure, there are some games, and I'm going to get to those later, where I step outside the box, and it's a great idea, and it's a great thing. My idea for picking Tinker here was I have Laser for Sven, so even with Ags, he would like Ags onto someone, I'd laser him, and then he would miss them 3 times. And there was a couple fights that played to fruition, and it was really good in terms of like, I didn't see the Monkey King. He's actually pretty decent against Tinker, because especially when he itemizes this way, like Radiance, once he's on top of me, it's very hard to get him off me. Can't really laser and just blink away because he has the Radiance burn, so it's kind of hard to do that. On top of that, he's in the trees, jumping around. He can find me pretty easily. But in terms of the rest of them, I think Tinker Void is a pretty strong combo, so that was my rationale for picking that. Also, I thought that Void would beat Sven in the late game, which he does. But in terms of that, I wasn't able to delay the game long enough, and by the time that I did delay the game long enough, 41 minutes, they already had a 20k, 50k lead or whatever. So anyway, that's it for this video. Try to remember the point of this video is pick heroes that you're good at, number 1, pick heroes that are meta, number 2, and pick heroes that actually make sense in the draft. This hero does not create space for Faceless Void until I have items, but by that point, 19 minutes, I have the items. At that point, everyone's already having a bad game. So, bad on me, Mogul Khan, bad on me.